Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to crochet this baby hat. It's very easy to make. This one is for around from 8 to 18 months, and if you want to make it bigger you can do that, and so if you want to make it smaller. So here's the list of materials you're gonna need to make. To make this kid's hat, the yarn I'm gonna use is from Loops and Thread Impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. It have 128 grams or 245 meters, and the color is aqua. Depend on the size that you want to make this hat is the size of crochet hook that you're gonna use. If you want it a little bit smaller than mine or a little bit bigger, you can use a 4mm for a little bit smaller or a 5mm for a little bit bigger, because I'm gonna use a 4.5. Okay, so this one is a 4.5 millimeters. You're gonna need a tapestry needle and scissors. To start, we're gonna do a slip knot. The stitches for this hat, they are multiple of 10 plus 2 so each motif, so it will be 12 for each motif, and I'm gonna do 48 chains. So once I have my 48, I will show you what to do next. Once you have your 48 chains, you're going to make sure that they're not twisted, and you're going to do a slip stitch at the first chain to create a circle, just like this. Now you're going to chain 3, and those 3 count as the first double crochet of 48. So now you have to do 47 more double crochet. Let me lose that tail at the same time. When I lose that tail, is one last tail to worry about. So you have to have 48 double crochet. Once you have your 48 double crochet, you're gonna count, and in the third chain you're gonna do a slip stitch, and like that you finish row number 1. For row number 2, you're gonna do exactly the same as you did in row number 1. You're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet for 48. And like this is row number 2. Once you have your 48, you're gonna do a slip stitch in the third chain, and like that you finish row number 2. For row number 3 will be the repetition in row 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna do exactly the same. So here I want this chain to look like being worked as a back post. So what I'm gonna do is, with the crochet hook, I'm gonna pass it through here in front of the chain, grab the yarn, pass it through, and I have 2 loops. You're gonna close that 2 loop, and you're gonna count 1, 2, and 3 chains. I'm gonna show you one more time. See, you're gonna with the hook, that's the chain 3. You pass the hook through the front, pass your yarn, you're gonna close those 2 loops, and then you're gonna count 1, 2, and 3 chain, and that chain is working the back post. So now you're gonna work 10 front post, once you have your 10 post, I will meet you here. Remember, they have to be 10 front post. Once you have your 10 front post double crochet, you're gonna do 2 back post double crochet. So now you'll do 10 front and 2 back, 10 front and 2 back, and that's why it's 12. It's 10 and 2 is 12. So here at the end you'll do 10, you'll have 1 left over, and you'll do a back post because the chain 3 is the other back post. Now I'm gonna do my last back post. Now we're gonna go to the top of the third chain and do a slip stitch. Now I'm gonna repeat that row in row number 4, 5, and 6. So again, you're gonna pass through that chain to make it a back post chain. So now I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna do my 10 front posts, my 2 back posts, and like that for those row 4, 5, and 6. I finished row number 6. Now in row number 7 we're gonna increase stitches in the back post and decrease in the front post, and we're gonna repeat that as we go in every single row from now on until we have only 2 front posts in here. So we're gonna do the back post chain. You're gonna chain 3, and now we have to increase a stitch in the chain, so we're gonna do a double crochet back post in that chain. So that's the increase. Now you're gonna do 2 of these front posts together, and now you're gonna do this, just 1 front post in each one of them until you have 2 left at the end. So we're increasing 2 in the beginning and 2 in the end of the front post, and increasing in every single back post, and that's only in row 7. You're increasing in the 2 of them. Here I have only 2 left. I did 6 without decrease, and now we're gonna do these 2 together, the 2 last ones together. Now you're gonna do 2 back posts and 1, that's 1, and 2, and 2 in the next one. So again, you will do 2 front posts together, the 2 first front posts, and then you continue and you do the 2 back front posts here at the end together, and then you will do 4 back posts, 2 and 2, like this. So you're going to continue doing that in all this row of numbers 7, and here at the end you will do again 2 back posts and this last one. Here I'm gonna finish. I did my last 2 back posts double crochet together. Now I'm gonna go to the top of the chain and do a slip stitch on the third, and like that you finish that row. Now this row that you're gonna do now, and every single row until you have 2 front post double crochet, gonna be exactly the same. So you're gonna do that back post chain. You're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and now the 2 together is in the next back post. Always the 2 together is in the back post that is beside of the front post. 2 together, and then 2 together in the front post. And now you're going to continue doing 1 front post. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6 you're going to do together, and then you're going to do an increase 2 back posts in the first one and 2 back posts in the last one, and you'll have 2 in the middle, 1 and 1, and 2 together in this one and 2 together in the last one, and you're going to continue doing that until you have 2 front posts in here. So you're going to continue with the increases and the decreases in here. Here I'm going to finish this row with a slip stitch in the top of the third chain. So it will be just like this. when you finish that row. Now we're gonna do one row with no increase or decrease, only one. You're gonna do 10 back posts and 2 front posts all the way around. I finished this row and it will be like this. So now we're gonna do decrease on the back post double crochet. These two will stay exactly the same, the 2 front posts, and the decrease are in these ones. And what we're gonna do in this row, we're gonna repeat in every single row until we have 2 back posts and 2 front posts together. So you're gonna do your back chain post, chain 3, and that's the first one, that's 2 and 3, and now these 2 together, and now 2 front posts. Now you're gonna do these 2 together. So you're gonna do the 2 in the beginning and the 2 at the end together on every single row. And like that you're gonna decrease until you have 2 and 2. 2 back posts and 2 front posts. 2 back posts and 2 front posts. I am in the last row of the decrease, so I have the chain and 1 back post. So now you have to grab like this, that's the chain and the other back post, and passes through those 2 and close that, and chain 1, 2 and 3, and now you do your 2 front posts and 2 and 2 back post in here. This is what the hat looks so far. We still have to do one more row to do the decrease to close that top. See? So we have here the chain and the back post and you know, beside the chain. So here, and instead to going through here in between the 2, we're gonna grab that post and then the chain, the 2 together. We're gonna close that stitch. You see we did that decrease there, those 2 together, and now we're gonna chain 1, 2 and 3. Now you're gonna do these 2 front posts together and then the other 2 back posts together, and like that, keeping 1 of each. And then with the tapestry needle we're gonna close that tip at the hat. Your piece gonna look like this. Now you're gonna chain 1, you're gonna cut the yarn, and you're gonna, with that tail, you're gonna sew that top really well, and this side and then the inside part. That way the hat is reversible. This is what the hat look like once you finish. Like this. This is the right side. Now I'm gonna bring the wrong side out, and you will see that it's reversible. And this will be in the wrong side, you see, and in the top, very nice in the top too, so you can use it both way. So if you like this hat to be just a little bit smaller, you can use the same type of yarn, medium 4, and a 4mm crochet hook. But if you want the hat to be even smaller, like for a newborn, I recommend to use yarn fine 3 and the 4mm crochet hook. That will give you a smaller hat. Now if you want this one is for around from 8 months to 18 months, from 8 to 18 months. But if you want this one much bigger, I recommend to use the same medium 4 yarn, but here, and instead to do 10 front post double crochet and 2 back posts, you will do 12 double crochet in the front post and 2 back posts. So it will be multiple of 14 the stitch then, okay? So you only have to add those extra 2 in each, and that will give you a bigger hat. So I'm gonna try it on my model and I will show you the end result. Well, here is the hat. I put it on my model, but remember my model is from 0 to 3 months. That's why the hat is a little bit big on her. So I'm gonna turn around to show you the back. You see, it's a little bit big here. So it looks really nice once it's properly in the right size head. And I'm gonna bring it inside out and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, here is the inside out. It looks really nice, but once it's on the right size head, it will look really nice. Well, here is the end result. I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And please share my video with your family and friends. And if you make this hat and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.